Be honest, when was the last time you grabbed a loaf of healthy low-carb bread, thinking you'd found the perfect guilt-free fix, only to feel bloated, sluggish, or disappointed after just one bite? Yeah, we've all been there. The truth is, not all low-carb breads are created equal. Some are loaded with hidden starches, artificial fibers, and fake flavoring that do absolutely nothing for your health or your goals. But today, we're cutting through the noise, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which low-carb bread alternatives are worth your money and which ones belong in the trash. Here's the thing, most of us grew up on sandwiches, toast, and bagels. Bread isn't just food, it's comfort, but the average slice of regular bread packs over 12 grams of carbs, and that's enough to spike your blood sugar, crash your energy, and leave you craving more within just a couple of hours. According to Harvard Health, refined carbs act a lot like sugar in your body. And that constant up and down roller coaster, it can sabotage your metabolism and stall weight loss faster than you realize. The good news? There are delicious, satisfying, truly low-carb breads out there that can help you stay on track. You just need to know where to look, and which ones actually deliver. Alright, let's start with the fan favorite, almond flour bread. You've probably seen it all over Instagram or in your local grocery store's health aisle. Almond flour bread is dense, nutty, and packed with healthy fats and protein. One slice usually has just 2 to 3 grams of net carbs, way better than traditional bread. Sure, the texture's a little heavier, but here's the trick: toast it, add a layer of avocado, maybe a soft boiled egg on top. And suddenly it feels like something straight out of a gourmet cafe. Real talk, if you love flavor and fullness, almond flour bread is your best everyday pick. Next up, coconut flour bread. This one's a bit of a wild card. Some people love it, others, not so much. It's lighter, a little sweet, and can turn slightly spongy if you don't bake it right, but when it's done well, it's amazing, especially for keto and low-carb eaters. It's high in fiber, gluten-free, and barely budges your blood sugar needle. Picture this, it's Saturday morning. You're sipping coffee, spreading butter and cinnamon over a warm slice of coconut bread. It hits that comfort food spot, without wrecking your macros. Third on the list, cauliflower bread. I know what you're thinking, wait, cauliflower as bread? But hear me out, this one's come a long way since those soggy Pinterest recipes from years ago. Brands like Outer Aisle and Trader Joe's have totally nailed the texture. They use real cauliflower, eggs, and cheese. That's no grains. No fillers. Just real ingredients. It's perfect for sandwiches or mini pizzas, and the kicker? 2 slices usually have less than 3 grams of carbs. If you want that chewy, real bread bite without guilt, cauliflower bread is a winner. Coming in at number 4, flaxseed or chia bread. Think of this one as the superhero of fiber. It's nutty, earthy, and full of omega-3s, great for your heart, digestion, and overall health. You're not gonna fool anyone into thinking it's white bread, but it's deeply satisfying. Try it as toast with almond butter before a workout. It'll keep you full for hours. And unlike most low-carb breads, this one actually helps balance hormones and reduce inflammation. That's a double win. And finally, the sneaky one to watch out for, low-carb store brands. You know those loaves with the bright green labels shouting, keto-friendly, or zero net carbs? Yeah, those. Many of them are made with modified wheat starch and soluble corn fiber, ultra-processed ingredients that technically lower carb counts on paper, but still spike your insulin and mess with your gut. If you've ever eaten one and felt bloated or hungry again 20 minutes later, that's WHY. So here's the rule. Always flip the label. If the first few ingredients aren't real foods, it's not worth it. Let's pause for a second. There's a huge myth that needs to die, the idea that low-carb bread is always healthier. Not true. Some so-called keto breads are so processed, your body barely recognizes them as food. They can actually slow down fat loss and mess with your gut bacteria. So what's the truth? It's not about low-carb versus high-carb. It's about real ingredients versus fake ones. The closer your bread is to something you could make in your own kitchen, the better it'll be for your energy, focus, and long-term health. Here's what to remember. White heavy checkmark first. Choose simple ingredients. Almond flour, coconut flour, cauliflower, eggs, real foods your body understands. White heavy checkmark second. Don't chase the label. Keto or low carb means nothing if the ingredient list reads like a chemistry project. White heavy checkmark. And third, experiment that everyone's body is different. Try a few, pay attention to how your energy and digestion respond, and stick with what makes you feel great. Here's your quick recap. Backhand index pointing right. Almond flour bread, best overall for flavor and fullness. Backhand index pointing right. Coconut flour bread, perfect for light, sweet recipes. Backhand index pointing right. Cauliflower bread, amazing for sandwiches and pizza bases. Backhand index pointing right. Flaxseed bread, excellent for fiber and gut health. Backhand index pointing right. Processed, low-carb, store brands, skip them. They're junk food in disguise. At the end of the day, this isn't about giving up bread. It's about upgrading it. You can still have your toast, your sandwich, your burger, just smarter. Imagine biting into something warm and satisfying, knowing it's actually fueling your body instead of draining it. That's what real food should do. So tell me, what's your biggest struggle when it comes to finding healthy bread alternatives? Have you tried any of these before? Or do you have a go-to brand that actually tastes good? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. And if you found this breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because next week, we're ranking the best low-carb snacks that actually keep you full. No sugar spikes. No guilt. Just real results. Remember, you don't have to give up the foods you love, you just have to learn how to love smarter.